These pocket monsters deserve another look. I'm Ashley with WatchMojo, and these are the top 10 most underrated Pokemon. For this list, we'll be going over the Pokemon from throughout the franchise that have gone the most overlooked by both the public and hardcore fans alike. For the record, we're focusing more on design and popularity than their abilities and combat potential, though such factors will be taken into consideration. Of course, given the sheer number of Pokemon, there will be plenty we overlook ourselves, so leave your suggestions below. Number 10, Tropius.
Tropius, the fruit Pokemon. Tropius can fly through the air by flapping the leaves on its back. It grows stronger in bright sunlight.
Pokemon designs are a delicate balancing act. They need to be distinctive enough to be memorable, but not so weird as to be off-putting. Few people seem to appreciate Tropius' design, which is a shame because, though odd, it's also inventive as hell.
Imagine lazing around on some island being shaded by those lovely large leaves growing out of Tropius' back.
It's a palm tree dinosaur with leaves for wings and a banana beard. That's hilarious. Admittedly, Tropius isn't exactly a heavy hitter when it comes to usability in battle, with middling stats and a ton of weaknesses, but that hasn't stopped weirder Pokemon from becoming popular. We think old Nanochin deserves more love.
Oh no!
Huh?
It looks like Tropius has taken over that tree as its own, so if anyone dares to come close, Tropius attacks!
Number 9, my favorite, Sentret.
Sentret, the scout Pokemon. Sentret is able to see great distances by rising up on its tail. When it spots an enemy or any kind of danger, it emits a loud, shrill cry as a warning.
Each Pokemon game tends to have a few archetypes that it adheres to, from the grass/water/fire starter Pokemon to earlier bird-like Pokemon. One of the more underappreciated archetypes are the normal type rodents, and one of the most underrated even among these is Sentret.
Sentret.
A cross between a ferret, a raccoon, a meerkat, and a flying squirrel, Sentret is absolutely adorable. While it and its evolution are mostly remembered for being handy with HMs, Sentret is cute enough that it should have legions of adoring fans. Here's hoping our spotlight on it will result in some converts. Number 8, Lickilicky.
It's a Lickilicky!
A Lickilicky? Lickilicky, the licking Pokemon.
There's no getting around it. This is one bizarre Pokemon. With its huge tongue, pseudo-bib, rotund pink body, and inexplicable Wi-Fi symbol waves on its stomach, Lickilicky is considered one of the most unnerving Pokemon by many. It isn't particularly strong either, and is outshone by many other normal types. And while it's hard to argue with those who dislike it, that which makes it unpopular also makes it unique. There is a certain kitschy appeal to Lickilicky that some non-conformist trainers are sure to appreciate. That being said, we certainly don't envy anyone on the other end of that tongue.
Lick overload.
Hope Gibble can breathe.
Number 7, Bouffalant.
Bouffalant, the Bash Buffalo Pokemon. Bouffalant is powerful and destructive, wildly charging and headbutting everything in its path.
There are a number of bovine Pokemon, but the one that's the least discussed is Bouffalant. And really, why aren't people talking about it? It's a buffalo with an afro. Sure, that's a pretty silly concept, but it's a great way to take an otherwise standard design and make it memorable. Besides its style and do, Bouffalant is a strong and defensive normal-type Pokemon, whose power is recognized even by Alder, the champion of Unova, since he uses one. While there's certainly not a stampede of Pokefans gushing over Bouffalant, that only means the happy few have more room to roam.
Come on, are you mad? Please stop being such a child!
Number 6, Ribombee. Most bug types get a bad rap for being less than photogenic, But this underappreciated Pokemon is arguably one of the cutest pocket monsters in the franchise. Halfway between a butterfly and a pixie, Ribombee is incredibly precious with big eyes, what looks like a fashionable scarf, and just the sweetest little face. Ribombee is also incredibly fast and a decent special attacker, and its thus far unique typing is useful in battle. So whether you want to take this tiny Pokemon into a fight or home to snuggle, Ribombee is one worth another glance. Number 5, Zeraora. Mythical and legendary Pokemon are typically some of the most popular and recognizable of them all. However, even these vaunted ranks are bound to have a few lesser-known members. Zeraora is an electric type and resembles a yellow bipedal cat with blue and black accents. In the anime, it appears hostile to humans, while in the games, it's incredibly fast and has good attacking strength. Part of why Zeraora is likely not as popular is due to its relatively late release in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
That's Zeraora?
Yeah.
By the time of Zeraora's release, most casual players were no longer playing the games, meaning it hasn't gotten as warm a reception as it deserves. Number 4, Heliolisk.
Heliolisk, the generator Pokemon, and the evolved form of Helioptile.
Speaking of electric types, Heliolisk is another sparky Pokemon whose benefits are often overlooked. A dual electric and normal type, Heliolisk resembles a frilled lizard whose hood expands whenever it attacks. This quick special attacker is as good as any of its fellow fast electric types, but it has the added bonuses of its dual typing, which is currently unique, some cool abilities, and a flashy design, all of which have us puzzled as to why it hasn't garnered more praise. Heliolisk isn't just all frills, it has plenty of thrills too. Number 3, Leafeon. Eevee has had a slowly growing number of evolutions over the course of the Pokemon franchise. While most of them are quite distinctive and beloved by fans, we'd argue that the most underrated of the evolutions is Leafeon.
Quick, Lopunny! Use Focus Blast!
While its design doesn't pop quite as much as its cousins, Leafeon is still cute in a disheveled sort of way. As far as fighting prowess goes, it has a ton of attack and defense and some decent speed, though it's rather vulnerable to special attacks. There are a lot of grass types out there, but Leafeon is one that deserves some more time in the sunlight.
And this magic Psywave gives Leafeon beautiful wings of light!
Oh my! I've never seen such a sight!
Number 2, PorygonZ. The Porygon line in general is not the most highly regarded thanks to that episode of the anime. You know, that one. It basically got all of them banned from future appearances on TV. But the final stage in the line, PorygonZ, is an especially underrated Pokemon. Like its predecessors, PorygonZ is an artificial Pokemon, although it looks less like a cutting-edge piece of tech and more like one of those plastic dipping birds. Still, this odd duck is pretty powerful, all things considered, with excellent special attack and well-rounded other stats, so don't judge it by its appearances alone.
Want more video game content? Check out our gaming channel Mojo Plays and discover games and ideas you never knew existed. With more lists, breakdowns, and our latest series, Arcade Roulette.
Justin and John are in!
Oh.
Hey, is that Porky Pig? There's a lot of things being ripped off in this game.
Number 1, Raichu.
It's a Raichu!
Raichu, a mouse Pokemon of the electric element.
Raichu is the evolved form of Pikachu. It can shock with more than 100,000 volts.
While you could argue that some of the previous entries are or aren't underrated, there's no denying that Raichu gets far less attention than it deserves. The reason why is obvious. Pikachu.
Raichu, show him a real thunder shock.
Raichu is the evolution of the Pokemon mascot, so it gets far less love than its earlier form. And that's too bad, because Raichu is pretty dang cute in its own right. Plus, it's stronger in every way, no matter what the anime says.
Give us the big finale, Raichu.
Pikachu!
Plus, its Alolan form adds the Psychic type, becomes even more adorable, and uses its own tail as a surfboard. Pika who?
Come on, Raichu, don't be a sore loser. You'll be #1 next year.
Right?
Maybe follow this guy on Twitter at AshJBo. I'm running out of breath. We'll try again. So, which of these Pokemon is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Maybe follow this guy on Twitter at AshJBo. Check out this other video, and subscribe to WatchMojo.